Welcome, everybody. We'll be starting here real quickly. Close the door a little bit. Tam will be here in a minute. We've been actually watching the Charlie Kirk Memorial today, and it lasted longer than we thought. We thought it'd be way over by now, and it isn't. They're just finishing up the last couple people. So let me hurry up and get this on our other social medias. We're going to talk a little bit about Ocean City that we just got done with, and then also tell you a little bit about the last two rallies coming up, what we got planned after that, what we're going to do, all that kind of excitement. So let me get up here and so I can get this going. There it is, YouTube. Bit of that, that. And I didn't know with the football stuff, I don't know if we're going to end up changing our times that we're doing this, just for the fact that, a lot of people watching football and things like that. And we got to, I don't know if we'll do next Sundays. We might quit doing Sunday lives. I don't know yet. That's one of the things I kind of said might be our last Sunday live. For that reason, because it's just getting to be not a whole lot of you coming on. Football's on. A lot of guys get tied up with that. Probably a lot of women want to watch that too. So we'll see what we got here. Let's see, I'm trying to get to Facebook here so I can put these on here. YouTube recommends us not doing this, but I've been doing it for so long, posting it, that I keep doing it so people can see. Not everybody knows how YouTube works, and then there's also a lot of people that might only have Facebook. I don't put it on any of the other social medias, which I probably should, which I don't. We are getting, I'm getting prepared to start doing more different avenues of videos. We've also got, let me check my sound here real quick. Let me turn this up. We've also got, sounds pretty good. So let me see what we got for comments while we're waiting for Tam to come in there. There's Clint. He says, happy Sunday. There's Big Ben Pating. We're going to be in Florida soon. There's Ron. Hi, I'm Bob. Tam. We got Daniel. How are y'all doing tonight? I'm doing all right. We're doing pretty good. No complaints. We're here in Kansas. We'll be here for till Wednesday. There's Bill with the Pating in there. There's David Eastwood's in the house, and Mike is. I've been sending some emails back and forth with Mike. He's been reaffirming a few things that I already knew. I'm waiting for him. I don't know if you got back with me on the other things that you were telling me about. We try not to. We got a lot of information that we know that we don't pass out to everybody, because sometimes the owners and stuff will tell us stuff that we don't want to. They don't want out yet because they're waiting, just like here, the Buffalo Chip's going to be making their first band announcement on the 23rd. They never announced the big ones, which like I did. I already predicted that Kid Rock's going to come back next year. I think daughter's dog doesn't like the neighbor kids outside. But it ends up being that, that's just my belief that that's who they're going to have. There's also, I said, there's a good chance Jelly Roll might be coming back again, because what ends up happening with these concerts is there's only very few artists that you can bring back, because a lot of them get tied up with Live Nation. There is a big lawsuit going on with Live Nation. Maybe that'll stop some of that. But I mean, you get some people like Kid Rock and some of these other performers will get to the point where they tell Live Nation to go F off. And they say, hey, I'll play your concerts, but I'm not signing a exclusive contract with you. But a lot of them do that. AC/DC does that, because I actually recommended to Rod Buffalo Chip a couple years ago when they announced they were going to do a tour. Who better to come to Sturgis would be AC/DC. Would that be a crazy concert to have? And that's what he said. He says, I can't. He says, no matter what I pay him. Because they want Ticketmaster wants in Live Nation, it's the same company now. They want to sell the tickets, and they want to keep half the money. So they typically want to do it all. They'll pay for the venue, they'll pay for all the stuff that needs to be paid, and they keep all the money, and then they pay the expenses. So that's why you see a lot of the same people cycling around, especially any bands that are kind of, I don't want to say they're washed up, the bands that quit aren't really doing a lot of touring. They're doing the fairs, they're doing the flea markets, they're doing other rallies, they're doing, you know, whatever. You see the pretty much the same people making the same circle, and people are like, oh, they're having the same old people. Problem is they don't. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Let me look at some of the comments we got in there. There's Daryl S is in the house. And Big Ben's is there. We're going to be coming to Florida. But one of the things I was looking up, because a lot of people were saying, you know, some of the people were complaining about Ocean City's concerts. You know, they only had about 100 days to book anybody. Surprising, they had a few that they did have. But what ended up happening is a lot of people say, you know, like they have a country fest coming up just in a couple of weeks. Daily tickets are $195 a piece. Their VIP goes up to $2,700 for the whole 3 nights. Now, would you be willing to spend $195? Now, all those artists aren't, you know, they got Brooks and Dunn, they got a few other ones there that are kind of the headliners, but the other bands that are playing all day, a couple of them I've never heard of them. So it was, you know, I don't know if I would pay. Once again, you're standing to watch a venue and things like that. But I saved that because I thought there's a, so am I going to pronounce this right? Garth? Is that right? David Eastwood, Linda, and I are heading back up to Black Hills this week. Get up to report snows. You know, that's the only thing crazy about. I've got a commercial already. Another crazy thing about Sturgis, you never want to know when that snow's coming out. You know, so Ocean City was pretty good for us. The problem I had with Ocean City was a little boring. We were kind of looking at Emery HVAC. He had a lot of things going on, but we kind of not decided to go across that day. We were going to go across up to New Jersey and ride the ferry across, but they were having some trouble with the ferry scheduling and things like that. And he was afraid if we went up early in the morning, maybe we wouldn't have a ride back, which is like a 4-hour extra ride to get around. So it's like, well, we ain't going to do that. So we really didn't do, I got one last video we're going to put out, hopefully Monday, Tam. We got to do our ending on it. It's all edited and ready to go except for that. But it shows some of the nightclubs, some of the things, you know, and the crowds were smaller. We kind of walked through Wild Bill's. We called it Mild Bill's. They didn't get the permit for alcohol and stuff. But I mean, some of the people were kind of complaining that the promoters had something to do with Wild Bill's not having their liquor license outside. That is untrue statement. The only thing that the promoter has is the I can't think of it, where the big hall that they had, where all the vendors were at. To tip my tongue, I can't say it. And then down at the inlet, they had the fenced-in area, the parking lot there, where they had some vendors and stuff. Convention center. At the convention center, those were the only 2 properties that they had any say-so over. So they didn't have anything to do with Wild Bill's. They don't have anything with the Corked or with the Bearded Clam. None of those places has anything to do. Plus the vendors that were on the other side, which we didn't find them. You're going to see a little bit of them at the end of the video tomorrow. On the other side of the bay, you go over the bridge there by the inlet, and there was a bunch of vendors on the right, which when we drove by there on Wednesday, it was kind of rainy. I didn't see anything much going on, so we never came back. So we went by there on Saturday or Sunday, and they were all tearing down. So it was like, well, sorry, we didn't get to come. Saturday, I guess we were there. I don't know, Saturday or Sunday. I don't know. Sunday, guys, it was. Wasn't a whole lot going on. So there's kind of how that went. So where's Tam at? She's actually listening to the end. Not quite right, Bob, but good effort. All right, what's your name? Ocean City is nothing like it was when I was a kid. It used to be so packed you could hardly see. Now this year was kind of screwed up just because. So a lot of people don't know what really happened. So the person that took care of it before, which we talked about on our channel, is Chase. You know, he had it last year. He got into some financial troubles, and we'll leave it at that. You know, the guy never did us wrong, never steered us wrong, we have no real complaints from our end. So we'll leave it at that. So he left a bill to the city that he didn't pay. So ended up being that when this promoter, which somebody says, which I don't know if this is right, but I guess they used to have many years ago, there used to be another rally, had nothing to do with Ocean City. It was out there by Purdue or out that way, not at the stadium, but it was out that way. And they said this company used to run it, which I don't know. But just by the way the people are running this one, I don't think they had the experience. So I'm not saying I don't know. But that's what the city was saying that too, that this person had experience with the rally in the past, which I don't think they did. But that's beside the point. So they had to come up with the money, which this company's so big, I don't know why they didn't have the money to invest in it. But what they waited for was the sponsors to come up with the money to pay this back bill. It was like $70,000. They had to come up with before the city would give them the go ahead to do it. When we talked to the city, they had already promised us that it was going to happen no matter what, that this was going to happen. But what this guy ended up getting was that's money that he paid for last year's bill. They were going to give him a free ride this year, so he didn't have to pay it. So he ended up, he didn't have to pay that money after the fact. So I think it kind of turned out right for him. Big Ben. We had a house at Route 1, and my dad and his group would have so many people. It was all the way up to Fenwick Island, which is pretty far up. So this year was a lot smaller than it's been. But when I look at this rally, the problem is other than drinking, you got some concerts to listen to and vendors. That's it. The big thing has always been the vendors. The vendors have said, being that it's only a 4-day rally, if it was a 10-day rally, they would make more money in Ocean City than what they do in Sturgis, which is kind of mind-blowing. Most of these rallies that are 4-day rallies, most of them would rather not do them. But see, if they give up the spot, it's like Amzol Adam. He's going to give up his spot for Myrtle Beach this year for the fall. If somebody else went in there and paid more money and said, hey, I want to be back in the spring, Adam would get screwed. But there's a lot of people that just aren't overly happy with Myrtle Beach. So we'll see how that goes. It could be, Myrtle Beach could be very well limited in the days of big vendors and things like that. There's a lot of the vendors aren't coming back next year because of the problem that they've had up there where House of Blues is and all that, where they always had the vendors. I can't think of the name of the place. But they 1 year they had vendors there, next year they don't. Next year they did, and they didn't. And so people last year, they just didn't get any kind of crowd, which we've seen the years we've been covering this for 6 years. So we've seen over the years that sometimes it's really busy there, and sometimes we go there and it's like a ghost town. So it depends on the year. But see, there's like 20-25 miles difference from going from up there at the House of Blues and all that. I still can't think of the name of that. And go all the way down to, the dealership. The dealership really doesn't have much other than Rick Rack being there. And I think the other guy that does pinstriping, Rush, he's there. Other than that, they're really, I guess KST's is in the front when you first come in on that. And other than that, that's really about all the vendors they have on their lot. And then they have that giant tent that they're doing the T-shirts and stuff, which really wasn't that great a deal to start with. Let's see, Art's in the house. He's saying "Patin to the nation." I'm gonna start bringing that back, but I haven't done it yet. So that's kind of talking a little bit about that rally and seeing what things go. We don't really do a lot of fall rallies. We are coming back to Daytona for Biketoberfest. And one reason we're doing this is because we got sponsored by them. They wanted us to do some advertising. That's why you're seeing so many videos on YouTube. And a couple people from Sturgis got really mad because they think I love Daytona better than I love Sturgis. If you don't know, which is what I told that guy, you apparently don't watch enough of us to realize that there's nothing compared to Sturgis. Let's see what else we got. Big Ben says, yeah, I haven't been in a long time, but it seemed that the cops started to ruin it from what I heard. So this year, now see it way I back all the way up here. No rally that we go to, the cops really go after anybody. There is a lot of stuff. I don't want to call the guy out. There's a YouTuber out here. You've all seen him out here lately. He's always out there with his camera whenever there's somebody gets a bike pulled over, and he's, oh, look at the cops are hassling this guy. I'm just trying to help him. I'm willing to drive his bike. Blah, 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 blah. And he's giving all this bull crap is what he is. He's clickbait. But 90% of the stuff he has, he's never showing you the other side of the story. We talked about it. The one down here, one of his videos hit, I don't know, 1 million views because he was showing a guy on a trike a couple years ago in Daytona getting pulled over, a veteran with flags hanging on the back. Oh, he's hassling this veteran. He's hassling. The cops are assholes. Blah, 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 blah. Didn't show you that he already got warned twice for quit revving his bike up. The guy deserved it. I don't care if he's a veteran. I don't care if he has no legs. I don't care what the story is. If the cops tell you to quit doing something and you keep doing it, you deserve a ticket. Once again, we've been doing this. We're on our 7th year now, and our 6th year. I guess this ends up our 6th year. And we have never been pulled over on the bike. Never. Now, we're not big drinkers either. But it's like I always say, if you're that drunk that you're going to be weaving on your bike, you shouldn't be riding your bike when you're drunk. That's your fault. You deserve a ticket. You deserve to go to jail because you could kill me, or you could kill yourself, or you could kill somebody you know. Got to make sense. And so when we start looking at this, just like in Sturgis, we see it in Daytona. Here, yes, they had a very big police presence, but it was all downtown. The whole zone was considered an entertainment district. And I thought when they were going to do that, it was going to be more of you could walk around with open containers. That's what it is in Eureka Springs. There's an entertainment district there that you can walk around with your drinks. And that's what I thought it was. And we never did get to talk to anybody. When we got there, we kind of reached out to the police department. I did talk to a cop and told me a few things, but and we talked a little bit about it, about marijuana, guns, different things like that. But we never really got to talk to anybody. Maybe next year we will. It looks like we might get there for sure a couple days earlier. We may even get there earlier yet because we talked to a radio station there, and they're very interested in getting us there to do what we do, give you the previews, kind of tell you what, because it's Ocean City has got way too many restaurants. I think it's even got more restaurants than Myrtle Beach has got. That's about all that on that strip. That's about all it is restaurants. I'll say there has to be 1,000 Italian restaurants, 1,000 people selling pizzas, and about 500 people selling ice creams. That pretty much covers the majority of it. Then you probably got a couple hundred that are breakfast places. That's about it. And you got I think there's a McDonald's there, and there was it might have been an Arby's I seen. I don't remember if I seen one or not. But I mean, it really wasn't a lot of different stuff that I seen. And so having so much stuff, it's really hard to find the really good places to eat, which we did find. We have another one we're going to show, a breakfast place that Tam really wanted to go to. We ended up going to it on the last day, and you guys will see that in Monday's video, which she would recommend. It was okay. And then we also did the pancake place. We ate there a couple times before. Ryder X, that's his favorite place. And so that was pretty good from that point of view. But it got to be the point was they went out and rode out. Ryder X and his uncle went out to see the horses out there at whatever that park's called out there. Been done that, did that. I didn't want to go out there. We were going to go back out to Osage Bar because that was pretty fun last year. But they had those people that are I don't know what they call them. They're not freak show, where they hook stuff to their chin and nose and pull themselves up and shove a knife down their throat and all that stuff. Well, a lot of that, I'm not even sure we could show that on YouTube. So me and Tam, because nobody else wanted to go. And it's like, finally we just said, I don't know. I don't want to do that. And so we really didn't do a lot of extra stuff. Emory HVAC recommended us going out and doing a loop. We just got to the point where towards the end, we just didn't feel like doing anything. So we walked up and down the boardwalk a couple times. We filmed some stuff. Mine's gone again. Twisted Tea gave us passes to get VIP passes to get inside. So we got a couple of good shots of the bands and stuff playing up there. And a couple of them were pretty good. It wasn't a hard, big crowd. We gave away some passes. We actually got a couple of VIP passes. We had 4 of them that we gave away. So if you were lucky, we gave 2 away to 2 girls, and I gave 2 away to a couple. Well, actually, some of our subscribers were there. Then we had some entry tickets for the last day. Some of the vendors got some, so we gave those away. So some people got one whole family saved them a lot of money. They were getting ready to come in, and I said, "Hey, I got 4 tickets here if you want them." "Oh yeah, thanks, appreciate it." Hopefully they're watching because I saved them a lot of money. We weren't selling anything; we're giving away. Give the show thumbs and help them out. And that's what we're trying to do is we try to reach out to them. And I've talked a little bit on the Facebook page, but nobody's come back to me yet about that. We'd be happy to give them assistance. We're trying to do the same thing with Sturgis. They act like they were going to call us after we left, and we haven't heard nothing from the mayor or anybody there yet. And it is what it is. It's all hard to say. So it is what it is. I mean, I don't go for the concerts to start with. I wouldn't pay to go see any of these people at the rally. We get passes, or like I say, we were at the Full Buffalo Chip a couple years ago and seen a bunch of concerts because we had the golf cart there. We had a place to sit. It's no fun standing for 3 or 4 hours watching bands and stuff. They did have a little bit of depth out there. We got some shots of that. You're going to see a little bit more of that on tomorrow's video. The guys are pretty good doing it. I didn't put a whole lot on there, just a few clips. I'm trying to do some quick editing versus showing things long because we're trying to get videos have been really crazy. We actually had one video that Promotion City got about 8,000 views, which was crazy because it started off so slow. I don't really know, but I don't know if it's because we don't So that's my question, which I don't know. I can't always just ask you guys. Is it better for me when we do a rally? Is it better to have the video coming out earlier in the morning, like Amsel Adam does? But I think he does it all the time that way. Or is it better to leave it at the time that I normally put a video out? It's normally depending on where you're at. Here in Central Time Zone, here it's 6 o'clock would be the normal time, and then it's 7 o'clock on the Eastern time, and then we back it all up. We start like at 4 over 4 or 5 on the Eastern, or on the Pacific side. So what is better? That's the point that I've got to think about before, because we're already going to be heading out on Thursday for Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. So we'll be there Thursday night. Sometime Thursday, we're going to show up. And then Friday, we're going to go pick up the bike at Big Trail Harley. So if you're looking for a rental bike, you can Big Trail Harley a call. We appreciate them sponsoring us. So we picked that up. I don't know quite where. We're going to be somewhere in Eureka Springs. I don't know for sure. We'll let you know when we get there exactly where we're staying at. We might be in a hotel. We might be at the Cat House, staying in one of their rooms. So we'll see when we get there which avenue we'll go. We're still looking to do that ride. We'll probably talk a little bit more as once we get there, because we're going to do the ride over to the Full Throttles distillery over there in Branson. They're going to give us all a discount on food because they asked what we wanted. And they might give you something free too. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But we need to get somewhat of a count of how many people want to go. Well, a lot of people, I've had a few people say they'd love to do it on Friday or Saturday. Well, I figure in Branson, it's going to be insane on Friday and Saturday. There is no parking. It's street parking only down there. So they say they got a block away. We'd have to walk, which isn't the end of the world. But I don't know if they'll cordon it off for us. I don't know. But right now, I don't know if there's any more than just me and Tam going to go. So we'll see. We'll have to get some people to decide if they want to come along or what they want to do. There's a birdie on there. So I don't know. That's something we're just thinking about. We really want to do it. And we're going to probably swing back around. There's a Harley dealer, which is another one of Teddy Morris's, is over in Springfield, Missouri, which is we could do a loop around that way. So we're going to try to do a couple different rides to see what would be the best way to ride. Not going to do much. We're going to try to stay off the highway and have a pretty good ride to get there and get back. So it'll be pretty much an all day. We'll probably leave about 9 in the morning, get back about 4. Just my guess. Be in the places we'll stop along the way and things like that. That's kind of why we want to ride it ahead, to see if there's any cool places to stop at on the roads in the Ozarks. So we'll see how that all works out. So if you're interested in going, you can email us. Let me put my email back up there. Can I hit it and it'll come back up? Nope. Banners. Doesn't have this one running on the bottom. There we go. There's our Sturgis one. Email. Well, it's there somewhere. There it is. There we go. So there's our email that you can write, and you can ask us any questions. I do look at all the comments, and it's harder for me. Like somebody asked a song. So all the songs we use are actually, we have copyrights to them. We get them from Epic Sound. I pay a subscription for that, so we don't get gigged on anything. So typically, I used to write the songs in, and I got to the point I quit doing that, because a lot of times you may not be able to find these songs. Then again, you might be able to find them. Like this guy asked, and I put it on there. But then I have to wait to go back and find that for me to be able to comment on that. So if it gets lost in the translation, so if you have any real questions, you should always ask me. Ask me through an email. Would be a lot easier for me. That way it's easier for me. Oh, look, somebody's here.
I'm back. Oh, so did you answer any
I'm
of
all
these?
caught up.
Oh, okay.
Just telling them they wanted. I talked a little bit about the ride.
Okay. And Baby B.
Yeah. So let's see what we got for people that want to go. Because really Thursday is really the only good day to do it, just for the fact that Friday and Saturday in Branson is going to be insane. Plus, there's very little parking downtown where they're at. So
they do have a parking lot. They sent me the address of the parking lot.
So, but I don't know if there'll be any save spots for us. We haven't talked to them anymore. But
I told them as soon as I got a number, I would let him know.
So hopefully by the time we get down there on Friday or Saturday, probably over the weekend, we'll try. Maybe on Saturday, we'll probably try to ride over there, see how busy it is on Saturday, and go from there. If we decide to do a Friday one, I don't know.
Hey, David.
But I know there's a couple other things going on Saturday, so it makes it a little tougher Saturday, we usually like to be around a little bit more because there's more people that's going to show up probably for Saturday. That are locals coming over for just the day, have an opportunity to meet us and stuff.
I might be just hanging out at the cat house or something.
So they do have over there at Pig Trail Harley, they're going to have Riding the Ozarks. I don't know if you guys watch him or not. He's going to have a meet and greet going on over there. And also they've got a motorcycle racer, Cody something, I think is his name. We'll put it on our Facebook page. He's going to be over there too, signing autographs and stuff like that. We didn't say nothing. We didn't ask for nothing. You know how we are. We don't normally, most of the nights we're probably going to be at the cat house at night. So you can probably catch us over there hanging out.
I reached out to Jeff to see if he wanted to come on. He never did respond to me. So
it might be too busy. So I know it'd be tough on Sunday because it's probably football going on at his bar and all that. So we're just going to have him come on and talk to about what's going on. How do you pronounce his name?
Gareth.
I said Gareth. I said I tried, but he said it wasn't quite right. So there you go. That's kind of where we're at for those things. I talked a little bit about Ocean City. Then after that, I told them why we're going to Daytona this year, why we're pushing it so much. I kind of explained a little bit about that. But everything else, we're here in Kansas. We're in Wichita, Kansas here. Not much going on here. We actually don't have any transportation during the week because grandson that I gave the truck to, he loves to take it to school and he wants to stay there. So we got one day because I had to work on it.
Before he didn't want to drive, and so we had it whenever we came, and now he got his driver's license. Now he thinks it's kind of cool to have his own car.
So we don't really have a car for Monday and Tuesday. So Wednesday we get to go pick up the rental car that we're going to drive because we're driving into Eureka Springs. So we'll see how that all works out. What?
So I had a wild hair hanging out there.
But we'll see how that all goes. So other than that, everything's been going really good. So we're, like I said, we're going to be there on Thursday this week coming up. Thursday we get there. We'll be there sometime on Thursday. I'm not saying we're meeting anybody on Thursday. I don't even know what time we're getting there. We're supposed to meet one other vendor on the way, but they have not contacted us back. So if they don't, we're not stopping.
Because we don't have their address.
Well, they're thinking about only going, because we went around and talked to everybody that wants to be sponsors. And almost everybody says, yeah, we still want to do something for next year. So that's good. That way we know everything's good for next year. We're still got a few things we're ironing out, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But so that's what we're all looking at. We're just trying to make sure that we have enough money coming in that we'll be able to do the same rallies next year for sure. So we're ironing them all out. We still got a few things we're working on. So we kind of thought that. So we have one vendor that may step down, but we just had another vendor that just talked to us that actually they only want to advertise right before the rallies that they're going to. So that would be really easy to do. And so that might be another avenue that we have, which is kind of cool. And if we end up turning out really, really good with Daytona for their event, then they'll probably book for next year again. And then they're going to write us a letter because we're the ones doing the best job out there. So that's kind of exciting and gives us a little, even that we're not the biggest YouTube channel in the world, we're a couple hundred away from breaking 32,000. We keep kind of bouncing around here. We didn't really do a big draw this year in Sturgis. I didn't even gain 1,000 people, which Sturgis, I don't really get what's going on with that, why we go up and down. I mean, we had a lot of people that watched the videos this year. Now we have gotten away from not showing you quite so much action going on. So I don't know if that's it, that we're not getting the people that aren't motorcycle people. They're not watching because they're, we're not showing the bikes constantly riding by and the girls and all the different stuff that's going on. We're more or less giving you the great information that we're known for. So I don't know. So talking about next year, we pretty much already put Daytona down. We'll be getting there the Thursday, the week before. And then we'll be there all the way. So we've still got a few things to iron out yet, but we should be able to hopefully get a motorcycle, and we're hoping to be staying with Teddy Morris again at the Clariton. So we'll see how that all works out. We're going to talk to them when we get there, but we already bought the airline tickets. And so that's all good. So we're also looking at now Leesburg. We just talked to the dealership there. They said they'll work with us on a bike. So we're kind of already booked the airline ticket there, and I have a hotel. Somewhat hotel at the moment in case we find something else. And then Panama City, I've got a hotel, but we have no bike yet for Panama City. So we have no connections over there with anybody in Panama. I don't know. We could call the Indian dealer there too, I guess, and see maybe they would do something with us. We've never had a relationship with the Harley dealer there. Oh, you were supposed to call the truck too and see if we could get a Harley bike.
I did.
Did they call you back?
Nope.
Nobody's there. You have to call again. You call both guys. Just call the one guy.
I just called Matt.
And just call the other guy. I think that's usually how we get the response, don't you? So we're trying to get bikes there. And Myrtle Beach, we're still trying to get something going on. We'll probably end up staying at Steven's house. I don't know. Did he say something the other day? If he'll invite us back again. And then, so he's going to talk to the Harley dealer. And then we've got a connection with the Indian dealer. So we've got to plug in there to try to get that one again. So if that happens, I don't really want to ship my bike out. I wanted it. I'd rather have it when I'm like in Sturgis. I'd like to have it with me. So that's where I'm at with that. So I'm just kind of waiting to see.
David wanted to know how the helmet raffle was going.
You really need to pull up the money on it. What phone do you have the checking account in?
Thank you.
That's what everyone's got because it's all in the same one.
I can do it on this one then.
So she'll look at it and see how much money. I got $50 the other day, came in from last week, so I don't know where we're at for money. I got to deduct about $1,200. I think I had in there before. I think I have to go back and look. So she pulls that up. I'll look at it and we'll figure it out how we're doing with that. We got a video that I haven't finished on that. I did. It's really sad for our veteran bike giveaway. I've only got less than 10 entries in to get that free Harley Davidson motorcycle we're going to give away, which is shocking. And I did say it wrong because I thought you got the DD 214 or whatever it is. I thought it was a card, but it's a letter. But some states will actually put it on your driver's license that you're a veteran, or your state may have it to where you can get an ID that shows you're a veteran. And I guess I know some veterans that have an ID, so that's why I was thinking that's what. So I quoted wrong that you'd have to show us that, but we
have to have some sort of proof that you're a veteran because that will
my phone.
Yeah, it's going to give you a text.
To my phone or my email? To
your phone. I sent it to your phone. I figured that'd be easier.
743655. So it's only good one time, so if you can get punched in, you didn't get it. Let's see the account. Let me look at it. You can talk.
So anyway, we've been having a good time with the kids and the grandkids and seeing them. They've been working quite a bit, so we only get to see them in the evenings and on the weekends. So we just got back from dinner with them, and then we're watching a little bit of TV. So I don't know if anybody's watching the Charlie Kirk thing or not. That's been on all darn day, and I guess Trump's talking now. But I wanted to watch Erica, and so that was good. And I think she did what I thought Charlie would have wanted her to do, and what she did, and she did it. So anyway,
I know it's not showing up on here.
I don't know. I thought you said it was all on there.
That's what people said it would be.
I don't know. Unless it's on the other phone.
Could be. I don't know. We don't normally look at the account because we don't really spend any money on the account. So
we don't really use it. We just have money coming in. You want me to go get the other phone?
I guess. It's not showing it on here. View all cards. See if it puts up both cards. No thanks. No notification. That's just a thinking. So I figures all that out. It's still just a spin. We'll let it spin. So let's see. Anybody else write anything else? No, nobody else. So we don't know about that. Oh, so somebody already said I don't watch Cycle Drag because of the negative videos he gets out. But it's dead.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to charge it up in time enough to get anything going on it. So we don't know. My guess would be we probably got anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500 in donations for the helmet. That's my guess.
Turned off. I don't understand how it.
Well, something you're doing. So there's no plug in here unless you find a wall plug. So we don't know. We'll do a video and we'll add it to it before next week. We're going to do some lives while we're down this week coming up at the Cat House. Like I say, we're probably not going to do a Sunday video. I don't know. I think we're probably going to stop Sundays altogether for just for the fact that just like now, we only got 34 people on. So sometimes we were getting before football. Sometimes we were hitting as many as 100 at one time. So it's not really getting
negative videos.
I already see. Okay. I read that. He figured out who I was talking about. And when I was saying that about somebody asked about the police, why they don't go to Ocean City anymore because the cops are so bad there. And he thinks to chase people away. And I said, actually, the cops Well, actually, this time in Ocean City,
cars.
yeah, probably a dozen or more cars. I didn't see any motorcycles pulled over, but I did see at one of the beach towns they pulled a motorcycle over. Which that's if you ever ride beach towns, you should know that they're very strict because usually they're a very small town and they only have about 10 streets usually that they get to monitor so that they could bang people all day long instead of
give tickets
yeah.
to
So
make money.
well, I've kind of learned that anyway in most beach towns because we lived in California for a while and we drove the beaches over there, so we kind of knew that over there. So kind of looks like next year most of the rallies will still go good. We'll see how some of these rallies are going to go. We do have some other rallies people are interested in bringing us to. But the problem is place to stay is there. That's kind of what's bad about Eureka Springs. There really isn't an airport that's close. Because I'm not flying on a little bitty plane. It's bad enough here. We're in Wichita. We have to fly from here to Denver, from Denver to Florida. It's just stupid. The other choice would take like 3 flights. It would take us to Texas and take us to Georgia and then take us back. So that was the most direct route that I could find for tickets. And that's what's bad about when you have small airports or beaches like that. But some airports you get like, and that's why we don't fly into Daytona. Because for Daytona, for what they charge, $100 or more extra a ticket than Orlando, and we can rent a car for that price. So we end up always, pretty much these rallies, we get a car too, because it ends up being that, you do get rain. And if we do need, like, in this case, it's kind of nice because we're taking a bunch of stuff, picking more stuff with us in the car from our daughter's house than what we normally would bring because we already got that extra room. I can bring my tea along. She likes bottled water. She gets the big gallon jugs of spring water. She drinks those. So we can buy that instead of trying to run around on a motorcycle or whatever and pick things up like that or try to find a store that's open that sells the stuff we have. Because like in, let's see, we're going first to Bikes, Food, and Barbecue. I don't think there's even a Sam's over there.
There's got to be
probably in
over in Rogers, yes.
And
because that's
bigger town.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know if it's got its own name.
It didn't bring up a card there. It didn't.
Well, no, I'm looking for the.
So I don't know. So she's still kind of looking for that. It's not that big a deal at the moment. So daughter likes hairy cows. That's what the picture's for.
Yeah.
I don't think it was here last time we were here and did a video. We got a new microphone that I've been using. I finally figured out it worked. The other day we tried it, didn't work very good. But if I use the USB port on the side, it works a lot better. And so I think the sounds pretty good. If you guys saying nobody's complaining about the sound. Neil isn't on, I don't think. And
I was going to text him and tell him we'd be on it too.
Because I didn't put this up till this morning because she wanted to watch. Well, we're here with the daughter, so they didn't take any time off, so they're only off on Saturday and Sunday. So it was like, do you want to do one? And what time do you want to do it? You want to do it later at night? What do you want to do? So she ended up picking this 5 o'clock time here and
should have picked 6, but
Mountain Time. Because it's only 6 over there, so it's a little earlier than it normally would be. We're an hour earlier than normal time. But people go back always if they missed the video, they can always go back and look at it and see what we had and things like that. And you can skip out of the commercials a little faster.
Yeah.
So we have no control over that. And they changed the size of the screen too. I don't know what's going on with that because it's a smaller screen now. We're not the full size of the thing, which I don't know what that is.
I don't know either.
StreamYard's doing a lot of things. I don't know if it keeps up like it is, we may dump the StreamYard and save my $40 a month and just do YouTube and be done with it. And we just couldn't put comments up on the screen or email or anything like that. You just have to answer it on your phone. So it isn't the end of the world because we have to do that anyway when we use the phones at normal when we're doing lives. Only if we got a computer can we bring your names up. So let's see this one here that we already did. We're going to really miss you guys on Sundays. So we may do something other during the week, but I mean, yeah, for Sundays right now, there's X and Bikers in the house. So yes, it's Sundays we've done this off and on over all the years we've done this. Normally during football season, we were doing Wednesday nights. So I don't know what we'll do. I don't until we get settled down here. Because like I said, for the next really 3 weeks, we're going to be on the road. So we're going to be doing lives off and on anyway, but it's not going to be at a certain time because it's usually sometimes I can give you a little bit of time. Sometimes I can't because what we always have to do is we have to look and see where our best internet's at. At the cat house, they're saying he's got really good in-house internet, which I don't remember if we ever tapped into it. I always speed check everything. So people and see where we were staying at the first 2 years we've been out there. We've been staying out there at that really cool place, but their internet sucks. It's hard for me to do videos there and upload and all that, and it takes all night long. I got to keep them shorter. So we're going to go back. We're heading into town. And so we're going to go either a hotel or at the cat house. And so in town, you're going to get better internet anyway. So we've got the Verizon hotspot, and we've also got the T-Mobile hotspot that we can get stuff up for lives. We've got the T-Mobile, and we got the Verizon phones that we check for hotspots. Or if we're doing live videos, those are the two phones we use. Somebody wrote a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. Daniel, I don't watch football on Sundays or Mondays or any other time. I appreciate these Sundays because I know what's going on with the rallies. There you go. And like I say, we do like to do them. But I just, it's just sad. Just not a lot of people come on. Not saying that I wouldn't throw a video up anyway, but maybe we'll do a short videos after the rally season ends. Because like I say, by October, probably about October 23rd or 24th, we will be back to not a whole lot going on. We'll be back home. We can get back to where we do our normal stuff, and set to see how it all goes. I just know a lot of people watch football. We don't watch. We're not big sports people either. We don't really watch any sports. We kind of watch Super Bowl, and we kind of watch, if the Cardinals are up there. So just roughly, I'd have to go back through and add all this up. Let's look in here and see what we got. Because we had money in there before it started. I want to go back more than 30 days. Let's go year to date. You get a little interest on that account. 23 cents a month.
Nothing.
Yes, it is. Let me go way back here. What's that? That's January 25. They didn't go back very far. So I want to go back as far as possible.
Well, that's when we got the
okay.
thing.
Okay, so here it would start from here. JP Cycles. Deposit.
Anyway,
so I would probably say we're somewhere, probably about, like I said, probably about $1,500. Somewhere between $1,500 and $1,700 would be my guess. So
we sold 60 tickets, and I wanted to sell 200.
And so that's where we're at. No matter what, we will give it away that first week or whatever, second week of January. And I got another video that I'm working on. I started it, but I wanted to kind of finish up Ocean City. And Fridays always kind of suck for videos anyway, so that's why I put the other one up yesterday for
2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago for a little bit of Ocean City. Kind of shows you one more day there, which once again, it's not doing very well either.
So Road Glider FD says, "Hey guys, we're staying with Camp Easy Ride in Daytona. Can't wait." So in the spring or in the fall? I think it was both of them. He's going to be at Cabbage Patch. I think last spring he was at Cabbage Patch too, wasn't he?
I don't know if he went. No, he went over to Crazy Horse. He's just. It just. I don't know why he doesn't do. I guess he likes, because the fall rallies are always smaller, so he can get the tents back there in the trees and stuff. So you got a little bit more tree covers, a little more shade over at Cabbage Patch. That might be why he does it. Yeah, so he's coming in fall. So we'll be there.
See you there.
And we're not staying there, but we'll see you there. So just check down what's going on. A lot of people wanted Ocean City, thought we were going to put an agenda up of things we were going to do. That normally doesn't happen. One, because a lot of times we have no idea what's going on the whole week of an event. Just like there, I had no idea what we were going to do. Nowhere in any of that, because we thought we were going to do that ride. We never did it. So we ended up going same thing. When we rode up the coast, I guess we were, I don't know, going north or south.
North.
So when we did the ride and hit a couple of those beach towns, it was like we were sitting there at breakfast and talking to Rider X. And we're like, well, because he said he wanted to kind of see the horses. And I was like, I don't want to do that. We talked a little bit about ferry, and he thought maybe go to a different ferry they have, it go someplace else. And so I said, I don't know. So we rode up and hit those couple beach towns that you seen on Friday. And then our Emery HVAC called and said he was coming in And so he's coming from that direction. So we just met him and came back into town. And then we went to Seacrest, went there and checked it all out because I hadn't been there yet, and ate lunch with him there. That's the video you've seen too on Friday. It's kind of cool. If you've never seen that bar, it's a very cool bar. It's like just like you're in a jungle someplace. It's just really cool.
You actually get to eat inside all that.
We ended up going to Fishtails. I was not impressed with Fishtails at all. Not at all what I was expecting. I was thinking it was like Seacrest. It was like a nightclub, bands and stuff like that. And they got no bands. They have a DJ. The restaurant part's very small. The bar is really small. Yeah, it's on the water, but other than that, I got nothing good or bad to say about it. I just wasn't impressed with it. Probably will never go back. So
we thought it was going to be as big as Secrets, and it wasn't.
Well, I thought it'd be something like that. Because I said, where do you have the bands at? Well, we have DJs here. Okay, and then I don't know why so many people go there.
Nicholas. How you doing?
You know, there's a lot of people, like if you go over to the Bearded Clam or what's the place right next door, Corkscrew or something?
Cork Bar.
Cork Bar.
Cork Bar.
That is packed full of people, but there's nothing going on other than
loud music and drinking. And then there was another place we went to, the Purple Moose. They said that was a really big place.
And that's in the video too. That's in the video tomorrow that I'll be putting up. You'll see the front of the place. We didn't end up not going in it. I think they had a cover charge.
They had a cover. The people were trying to go in, and the guy was pointing them down the end, and you had to go down there. And then I saw people paying. I thought they have a cover to get in there.
They ain't going in. And you can see it from the street. It was all lighted up from the boardwalk. We didn't go into Hooters to eat, which I didn't even end up putting that in the video. I don't know if I filmed anything there or not. Maybe not. I went to Hooters. It was okay. Typical Hooters. It was nice. And some people want to know what we thought about it. It's very small. They probably only had, I don't know, 20 tables maybe in there. It's kind of more skinnier than
long and skinny.
Yeah. But I mean, they had some girls there and they were all nice and polite and all that kind of stuff. And they had a little bar in the back. And
South Carolina is where Nicholas is from.
There you go.
You're flying?
No, just buzzing. Somebody's driving by the house. People always said, would you leave your house? I said, we got so many cameras on the house. I got 2 alarm systems on the house. The shop's the same way. We got cameras all the way around the shop. I got alarms on that.
We got neighbors all around that.
Both neighbors have guns. So don't break into my house. Somebody will probably shoot you. So
they know when we're gone.
Yeah. And then I got at the shop. I put no trespassing signs. So you're able to shoot somebody when they come over the fence. Except for the electric guy, he comes over and reads the meter.
No, they just tear the fence down.
No, that's when they were working on the one next door. But when they read the meter, they jump the fence. I've seen them on the camera. Other than our family of possums or groundhogs or whatever it is that runs across the lot, with the whole family, we haven't seen them in a while.
It makes the alarms go off. It's like, and they're at night, and because the camera says you are being recorded, and they stop and they look, and you can see their little beady eyes, and then they just keep on walking.
I think it was raccoons. There was like 2 big ones and like 4 or 5 little ones. So they could have been skunks too, but you can't tell from the camera. But I got all that and I can check all that stuff. So I don't really worry about it at home. But yes, my camera, my phone, it calls my code because the alarm only goes off if you get inside the buildings. Get in the house or get in the building. Everything else just warns me.
Car drove by.
Yeah.
Truck drove by.
But we have 2 cameras. So you can't tell if you look, other than the shop, the cameras are outside. You see them. But in the house, you don't because they're looking out windows. Because I didn't want people to really necessarily know I got cameras because you could try to get around the camera. Well, when you're going through the windows, they're tinted. You can't see where the camera is actually pointing at. So it's anywhere in the front of the house, I've got coverage. And then in the back of the house, I've got 2 cameras in the back. I don't have any on the sides, but you really can't get anywhere in the side. If you broke one of the windows and it's going to set the alarm off too. So I don't really worry about that. Because ours set to call the police immediately, not even to call us. So don't really worry too much about that. So had another commercial, I think. Can't stop commercials. All you do is click out of them. So there you go. Since we've been here, I haven't done a whole lot. Like I say, one of the things I didn't really get to talk to you about is we're going to change up some of our editing. I'm actually looking to do a little bit of AI. Not going to do an AI video, but we may do some cool things that I'm hoping to bring some different people in. Maybe a video a week or every other week might be something a little different. We might look different. So leave it at that. We're not going to be babies or anything like that. So don't think we're going to be babies talking. So we're going to try some different things. I might do some stuff on my car channel. I might, because I haven't really had time to do anything with the cars. We're going to talk about the family truckster. It is disabled in Las Vegas. I got to find a flatbed trailer to get it home.
You have to let us know. So
it is sitting there. What's he saying?
He said he might be flying out in November to Arizona to pick up a Harley.
Well, it depends on where he's going. He could be going over to Phoenix, a long way away from us in Phoenix. It's 250 miles. We're 90 miles south of Las Vegas. So if you're going to Scottsdale, or unless you, well, even if you rode it home, you'd be going the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because you're going to go the other way. We're going towards California from Phoenix to Scottsdale or Tucson or anything like that. We are west of that.
November, that'd be a cold ride back to Illinois.
I mean, you place a store, you bring it over to the shop, drop it off. We'll take you to Vegas and drop it off. And you can fly home
to Arizona.
And you can come back and get it when it's warmer. And if worst comes to worst, we're going to be while we're gone. We can take it over to take it to the house, and we can you can get with the neighbor, and he'll open the garage, or the in-laws that are over there. They'll open the garage, you get your bike out. So another option. And put it on a trickle charge when we're not there. I don't normally leave my batteries on. I think I did leave my motorcycle. I might have unplugged it. I don't remember. I don't like to leave trickle charges on all the time.
I unplugged all the batteries.
I think I did too. I charge everything up. I charged everything up. Even my truck. I charged the batteries. I got 2 batteries in the truck. I charged those up, and I charged up her car. We haven't driven it in a while. And then 2 bikes. My bobber chopper style bike, I charged it up, and also the veteran bike. But those batteries are disconnected. And her bike is disconnected. We found out the phone charger was draining the battery. So solved all that. So we got a new phone charger. I haven't hooked it up to check to see if it's draining the battery. But hopefully it's not. So you get to talk for a little while.
So we're just waiting for the next rally to come along, which will be Bikes, Booze, and Barbecue. So Wednesday, we're picking up we're going to pick out the Chargers are losing. My boys are big, huge Chargers fans, and they've won their first 2 games. They were really hoping they were going to win this game with the Broncos, but I guess they're losing right now. So, yes, we'll pick up the rental car on Wednesday, 24th. We leave the 25th to go down to Bikes, Booze, and Barbecue. And then we're going to try to get some riding in. That Thursday before Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue starts, I'm going to try to get that date real quick here. Get the, I don't know where I'm at. There's my calendar. And I'm on the wrong one. So I guess that Thursday will be October 2nd. We're going to do the ride to Branson. We might go to Springfield, Missouri, too, and go to the dealership that's called Renegades. So those will be the ride that we'll be doing when we get down there.
Now, probably Friday or Saturday, we're probably going to go down there and do a trial run. Probably Saturday, because Friday we're going to pick the bike up and we'll talk to them. We'll kind of go downtown, look around. I did see that we talked to the Rogers police before. Didn't know that. And then we talked to, so we should contact them.
Springs.
I
tried to get a hold of them last year, but
we can look up the name. I seen the video come up.
Okay.
And we can look up the same guy we had and call him and see if he's available.
I think he really wasn't.
Yeah. The other guy was like a sergeant or something. He wasn't the head guy
well, I thought he was like the director of public safety. He wasn't really
maybe
a police officer.
I don't know. Don't really matter. Just somebody to give you some good information to make sure you know.
Because he was like their PR person, I guess is what it was. He wasn't.
Because somebody tried. You probably can hear my tea really go good right in front of the microphone. I don't want to pour it on the carpet on the floor in this room. Yeah. So, but it's like some people were arguing with me on Ocean City because they said Maryland's a concealed carry permit or open permit, whatever it is. And when I talked to the police officer, they said, no, you either have to be a Maryland resident or have a concealed permit, but they do not accept permit from other states. So that's just what an officer told me. So, and some people were arguing with me and saying, no, it's not. If you get arrested, go down next time if you're not a stater, go over there and shake your gun in front of the cop and let me know if he arrests you. If he doesn't arrest you, then let me know that they said it's okay. But just FYI. So that's kind of what's going on. So we're kind of looking at next year, trying to figure out what we're going to do. We're going to be, for Sturgis, we're going to be there the whole time in Sturgis. That's going to be home base for us. We may be at another campground for about 2 weeks. Probably the first 2 weeks we're there from June 10th on. But by the end of the month, we will be at Kathmandu, be over there during the 4th of July. Hopefully everything will happen at Mount Rushmore. We're hoping to be able to get over there. Either way, we're going to be there to see it. If we don't get some seats, hopefully we can get some seats to sit in. We're going to try to pull some strings from people we know and see if we can get in there and have something cool to sit at. And we'll see how that all works out. And so I can't promise I can get anybody else seats. Up, got another commercial came out. If you guys get the same commercial, so I hit skip. Did y'all just have a commercial? So it is what it is. We can't do anything with that. So that's kind of like our rallies right
down
now.
to 24.
Jeez, a lot of people leaving. So I may not be on too much longer. People keep dropping off. Must not be too exciting tonight for everybody. So we do appreciate everybody watching, coming on, even though it's football time. Everybody's watching the games and all that. And they might be sneaking on here for half times and stuff, seeing what's happening with us. But I mean, it is what it is. And the sad news is about our channel, which I kind of figured out last year towards the end or the beginning, I don't know, somewhere along this last year or so, is that most people only watch our channel when they are interested in the rallies that we cover. I know we do have loyal people that watch every video because I see your names all coming up all the time. So I know we have a lot of loyal people that watch most of the videos that we put out. Some of you might be a little late. Every once in a while I see somebody that watches like 6 of them, and they'll within an hour they kind of clicked off on a bunch of comments on all of them. So we know that you are watching.
Binge watching.
There's no way humanly possible we can see who watches every video because they don't tell you that. Now you do have to watch out if you're not getting notifications. Sometimes you have to go back in and unsubscribe to us, subscribe again, and then hit the bell again. Because if they see that you're watching other stuff, like me, I'm watching a lot of editing stuff now because we're getting ready to do some cool stuff with some of our editing. Because when I'm at home, we got more time. So I'm looking, my dream was to do maybe 2 videos a week. Do one video that's totally edited, really, really cool, very professionally, and then do our live during the week. And that would be my ideal thing. And then just during the rally time, we would kick in and cover, 10-day rally. We do five videos or something, not one every day, but maybe one every other day. Because if it's like Sturgis, you already know everything that's going on in the Sturgis before you get there if you've been watching the videos. Keeps you up to date, knows what's going on. And then maybe cover more stuff of lives and stuff like that. And a lot of people are getting in the shorts and stuff, and they're putting stuff on social media. And I'm getting more subscribers on social media. We've been doing some shorts. I got my gimbal fixed. I got a replacement unit. Just got it yesterday. And I played with it, and it's working good. So I'm going to use my personal phone and start doing some shorts, and then I can put it in my editing system because I find out it will put the words on there for me. Okay. So I got to play with that and see how that works out. So what I have to do is take it from the phone and put it there. But some stuff we just do, like I did one the other day, a short. Because I try to do what I'm trying to do is when we don't have a video, is throw a short up. So we did one the other day. It was on your Ocean City, which we were already home. It was Tuesday. And a lot of people thought we were still down there. Well, that video was already done last week, but it ended up getting a lot of views. I actually got more views than my Friday video did, which was shocking. Which Friday always sucks anyway. I don't know why. I don't
People
really.
Are busy.
I just don't get the
last
good.
day work. They got the weekend coming up, and they
just don't get the really good views like I used to. Used to get videos pretty much all week long. Was really good. So that's why I didn't even put nothing on Saturday, because I figured, what the heck, you guys can go watch the one on Friday if you didn't see the one on Saturday. So I don't know. I don't want to try to kind of
on either, huh?
What?
Janice wasn't on either.
There's this. You have to go through and look at all the people that are there. But I mean, a lot of the regular people are on. There's a few people I didn't know right off. But I mean, you look at more of the comments than I do on we do lives. Because a lot of people don't. Some of you don't comment on the regular videos, which is fine. I'm whatever. But I go through them all. I do look at it. I'm all when I looked a while ago, I was all caught up. I got up here this afternoon and got all caught up with my comments. And so I do read every single comment somebody writes. So some of them I'm trying to write a little bit more. So if you see something that looks like I wrote a lot more than I normally would, I'm trying to do a little bit of some different things. I'm trying to maybe get more engaged with people. Somebody, which I think they don't watch their channel anymore, was asking me why I didn't answer negative comments. And typically I don't, which I explained it. I might have explained it before, but negative comments, like one of that Karen that's at the rallies, and a lot of people have filmed her and stuff. And it might be because she's been on Cycle Drag a whole bunch last time. And that might be where she's getting all of these negative comments at all of a sudden. I don't know. I don't think she ever had them before until just in these last couple of months. And we just got through Daytona and Myrtle Beach. And he was sponsoring her in Myrtle Beach because I don't think he was there in Myrtle Beach, but she was putting videos up and saying something about him all the time. Well, then now she's getting all these people saying she's ugly and all this stuff. And it's just people being mean because she's very, For an
Very
older lady,
attractive.
she is very nice. Even for a lady, she's very nice looking. She has a very nice body on her. She's very, looks really good for her age and really looks good if she was 20 years old. So why somebody would say ugly things to her, I don't know. But there's a lot of ugly people in the world.
And she's very nice. It's not like, because there's some bartenders that are kind of,
Yeah.
they think they're all that in a bag of chips, as my daughter would say. But, and they're beautiful and they're pretty, but, it's your attitude too. So,
Which it is. And so she's always been nice to us. And we don't pay anybody to do shout outs for us. Really, they're shout outs for the bars. We don't really ask them necessarily to say, but we do sometimes say, Karen will do it. She'll say, hey, thanks for watching Bob and Tams. We'll see you next year in Myrtle Beach. She'll add that extra part of our names, which we don't ask for that when we talk to all the girls and stuff, because we want them to promote where they're at
and themselves.
And you can go to their bar or wherever and have a drink with them if you'd like. Because most of the girls we talk to are all very, very nice. They're very outgoing. Well, not the problem, but what we do is we talk to almost all the owners of these bars. So we have one girl in Daytona that kind of gives us the attitude and don't want to be filmed and all this. So I think we found out who she's working for. So when we get down to Daytona this year, very quickly, I'm going to go up to her and ask her if she wants to welcome everybody to Daytona by Oktoberfest. And when she gives me this attitude, then I'm going to go talk to the boss, and the boss is going to come out to me and probably say, ask her again. And then he's going to inform her, you work for me and they work for us. Do your job. And normally we don't, and we're not tipping these girls. And we tell them that if they want to give out their social media, whatever they got, that's fine. They got an Instagram or whatever. And I'm okay with that if they want to give their little plug and all that on there. But yes, we're putting them on there we are getting something out of them. I might use them for a thumbnail. I might use them just in the video saying hi to all of you. But they are giving free advertising to the business that they're at, the establishments. So most of the time, I never have to do that. I only had one time at the Beaver Bar. And girls like, I don't talk social media. I said, well, I'm going to have to go talk to Leslie then about it. She goes, who the heck is Leslie? And I said, if you don't know, but it's the lady that's going to sign your paycheck at the end, it's her. And so I ended up not even doing it with the girl. I never said nothing to Leslie either. But sometimes they're not. It depends on it depends on how many people I'm talking to. Usually at the Beaver Bar, the girls are just really outgoing. I had one there that did it when Tam was there. She was right. Normally I send her up. Doesn't look like I'm, guys come up with a camera. They always think you're more perverted than you are anything else. So I usually let her go and talk to all the girls, and they know her. And so they know we're not doing anything crazy or anything with it. So where that other guy that people have talked about a little bit here has been doing some stuff that's making people look bad. There's enough bad stuff going on in the world, and we want to try to keep it.
Encourage
yes, it's just
love,
bad.
not hate.
Yeah, and there's no need for all the crap that's going on. And it's like here, I just read that there's somebody shot up at ABC studio in because Jimmy Kimmel got fired. Go back and look at the guy's ratings. The last guy they got rid of was about the same amount of ratings. So I think it was a way to getting rid of him. But people that watch his show,
the straw that broke the camel's back,
says he's already been talking on his show that he's ending the show. So it could have just been a thing that,
if he says he got fired,
I don't think it has anything to do with politics, and people are looking for way too much stuff. Oh, I also heard that today too. Guess who's on our social media right now? Pumping out a lot of crazy information. Russia and China. So you might say there was no Russian hoax and all that, but they are. Sometimes I do this. I click on people's names, and when you click on, somebody writes a comment, you click on that, and it takes you to their thing, and then you might have to hit profile. You look down, and sometimes it's just like one picture. They just put it on yesterday. So these people don't even have an account to start with, and sometimes I look at them, they're not even in America. I'm like, dude, you got enough foreign problems in your own town. Take care of them yourself. And don't worry about dealing with what we got going on over here. But if everybody was a little nicer to the neighbors, and that's one of the reasons I really love doing motorcycle rallies for these last 6 years, with all the hate that's out here. I hate this guy. I hate that guy. I do. I've never had a president that I've hated. I've had some that I've totally disagreed with, but I've never had any of them that I hated. To me, it would be a great honor. It's still on my list of bucket list that I would love to meet a previous president or an existing president of the United States. Doesn't matter which one it is. Just to have the honor of somebody that was president of the United States. I don't care if it was legitimate or not legitimate. Just a very great honor to do that. And that's something that's on one of my bucket list. So that's why I say it's there's no excuse for any of this. And for people, which was kind of funny because we not really funny, but we were watching the Charlie Kirk memorial today. We've been watching the majority of that, and it kind of said that's where she was at. She was watching his wife talk. And
if you didn't watch any of it, you should just go see what she said.
And but I mean, the whole thing was it was more religious than it was
that's what you have to start
political.
With. You have to put God first.
And so it's the world. It is a turning point. We actually ordered some T-shirts. I don't know if they'll ever show up or not. If you're ordered anything on, especially Facebook or Instagram, Google the name of that company and find out. So I ordered something from
Freedom America.
No, GoodUSA.com. Well, it said veteran owned across the top. And I'm like, all right, so I'm going to get that. I kind of thought maybe it was one of the Charlie Kirk's things because it was veteran owned and all this. I thought, hey, that would be. So I ordered it and paid for it and all this. And that was kind of the end of it. So we were expecting them to show up while we were here. I figured a couple of weeks. I ordered them on the 12th of September. I figured they would be here during this week is what I was hoping they would be here. And they're sending me things. They're over in the Netherlands. And they're waiting for customs. Well, then when I read down, we have to pay they're going to charge my credit card for any fees coming into the United States. So, which is funny, they charge me sales tax on it, which it's against the law.
Yeah.
Because
not an American
company. That's right. And they're owned by they're owned by some Chinese company. So and it looked very, very patriotic. And I wrote the guy and I told the company, I'm actually thinking about calling PayPal and saying, I don't know who these people are that charges. I never gave them authorization to do it and leave it at that.
Cancel my
because it's not the name. The people that charge me is actually how I found out it's a Chinese company. Is because they own a whole bunch of different companies that are.
Did that with a pair of pants I ordered from Walmart. That's why I was ordering it from Walmart. Paid Walmart. It went through my Walmart account, my Walmart app. And I didn't get them. I kept asking, where's it at? Some port over in Japan or China.
Sitting in a trailer.
Forever. For like 2 months. And I finally called the bank and
they wouldn't do nothing. You had to go to the store and get a refund, didn't you?
No. I tried Walmart. I said, I ordered, and they said, nope, not us. And I said, I ordered it from your website. Paid you. I paid it, went through my Walmart account and all this stuff. And they said, nope, we can't do anything with it. So they gave me an email. So I emailed these people. So I finally called the bank and she said, how long has it been? And I'm like, 3 months. And she said, did you try to contact them? I said, yes. She says, no problem. We'll send you your money back right now. Still never got them. They're probably still sitting over there in a container.
So I wrote on this one, I said, well, first of all, you're very false advertising. You say you're USA and you're veteran owned. What country are you a veteran in? Well, they just wrote back and said, sorry, but we're going to put you on expedient shipping now. No, they didn't. And once I'll wait till we come back here in about 15 days. We're back here October
5th.
Yeah. And at that point, if it hasn't got here, then I'm going to contact PayPal and say, hey, I've been looking through here and I don't know what this charge is. I don't know who it is. I never authorized it. Not given the story that I ordered it and it's someplace between here and Asia. And so,
Yippee.
Yeah. So I don't know. So yes, be very, very cautious on where you order stuff from. Make sure you're getting it from where you think you're getting it. If you're ordering something from Temu, then you know it's coming from. But on Temu, the other day I clicked on it and it looks like they do have stuff that's already in warehouses in America. And it'll tell you that. But if it's not, then you're going to be paying fees too. So stuff that's coming in that and I don't know how, because typically you should only pay tariffs on what it cost them to make it. But when it's coming in here where I paid $62 for these 2 T-shirts with shipping and everything, I'm betting I'm going to pay 50% on that $62 because that's what it's coming in the United States at that price. So then again, I'm going to spend almost $100 for 2 T-shirts, which I really don't want to do either. So yes, maybe I'll just call them tomorrow and tell them I don't know what that charge is on my card. Because there's no way they're not going to, because they're coming here at my daughter's house. If they're not here when we come back for the next 3 days, we're going to be here before we go to Daytona. We fly to Daytona and we fly home after that. So we're not coming back here till next year sometime again. So what good are they going to do laying here? That's what I told her. I said, I should have just went on my own t-shirt place and made my own up. And I've been done with it. And I would have had them already probably.
Yeah.
So be very cautious if you're buying anything. Same thing, anything on Facebook. You really got to watch. Now, if you're going into the marketplace, then yes, you've got ways you can look up stuff and make sure it's a little bit more legit.
If it's a commercial,
but if somebody, there's a whole bunch of people, there's a bunch of these Harley Facebook pages that people are selling parts. And I've heard nothing but people getting screwed by this. You never, ever, ever, ever send money to somebody that doesn't have a storefront or something like that you can go check on. You know, if you're buying it from Teddy Morris, well, then okay, that's a different story. But if you're buying it from Joe's Harley Davidson store, well, when you Google where he's at, and it doesn't come up, there's a brick and mortar store. You can call it anything you want, but if it's not legit, there's no way you're screwed out of the money. And that's what it is. Most people get the money, never get the product, and the guy deletes the page, and you know, you never can find him again. You can write Facebook, but Facebook's not giving any money back to anybody. So be very cautious. There's also a whole lot of stuff I've been seeing and coming up on my reels that there's a bunch of companies coming out now that are trying to be like TikTok or be like have reels and stuff you can put on. And be very leery of those companies too, because it could be, if this TikTok thing happens, it looks like, if it's the way it's supposed to work, is if TikTok takes over, somebody in America buys it, then it'll be American run company and they'll have all the data and all the stuff like that. So it could be that China now is looking for people to join all these other groups that are China-based companies to get all your information, credit card information, your address, what you look at, all this other crap. There's enough crap on this internet that's tracking us down all the time. Anyway, phones are doing that. If you say here, I want to buy a brand new truck, I'll have ads now for brand new truck. People want to sell me a new truck. But I mean, it's just crazy how this all works. But yeah, just be very
cautious.
Yes. And I've learned, which I do on hotels and stuff too, because there's a bad scam going right now. When another YouTuber got stuck, that comes up with, when I was on Priceline or something, you get a rental car for $14. Says it's total price a day. But you know good and well, you're not going to get a rental car for $14 a day. When you get there, there's all these added fees that they stick on it. But that's why I do a lot of Orbitz. Orbitz gives you a final price. Says this is taxes, everything out the door. And so far, everything I've done on Orbitz has been exactly as it said. There's been no extra charges put on anything that we've done.
Except for one time, the guy said, "You guys booked such a long time ago. We want to upgrade you. Would you like to upgrade?" And he's like, "Sure." He thought it was going to be for free. Didn't ask. No, they charged us for the upgrade.
Yeah, so you got to watch that. Like that's what happened here when we went to Ocean City. It was the same price for an SUV. So I thought, I'll take the SUV. So I get there and the guy goes, "Well, there's a big old Suburban there." Kind of thinking I was going to say, "I want the Suburban." It's all black, looked like something the president would drive. And I'm like, and he says, "Well, I got all these minivans. They're actually an upcharge, but I can give you one of those. They got leather seats in them. You can pick any one you want." They were all Hondas. And one's a Toyota or something. I think I took the Hyundai. But I mean, I really don't care what it is, as long as it's something we can put all of our luggage in. And I thought with the vans are nice too, because we got the big duffel bag that's got all the helmets and the boots and all that kind of, all of our riding gear and everything's in there. And then we have our regular 2 suitcases. And then I have my computer bags that I carry. Well, here I got a bigger bag. You can't see it's on the couch back here. Got a big bag that I can take when I've got a car, because I can't put that big bag inside the motorcycle. So we bring less and less gear when I come to rallies. That's why we don't bring the drone or anything like that. I just don't have the room to put that in. Got a few more comments I see popped up. I don't know if you got the one above it or not. I just seen it jump.
Still watching Trump is speaking now. Oh, he should have been off by now, unless he's really going on. "What? I miss Bob. Had to eat. Please start over." From the Ocean City. Laugh out loud. Just joking. That's Big Ben. We still haven't got to meet you.
That's it. If you come into, we fly into Orlando, and then we're going to be at Leesburg this year. We're going to be there. We get there the Tuesday before the rally, and we'll be there we don't know.
9th to the 19th.
We don't know. Well, we're getting down on Sunday on Leesburg. We'll leave Sunday to head over to Panama City. We're still working on Panama City, because if we don't get a motorcycle at Panama City, we won't be going to Panama City. So I'm going to talk to Midwest Motorcycles, and then we're going to talk to the Indian dealer. Well, if we get the Indian dealer to look like they might do something, we might call the Harley dealer and say, do you really want us? Well, we're also trying to get the demo truck Because if the demo truck is on the lot, it's usually paid by the dealership. If it's in a private lot, it's usually not. So
is Harley the only truck that came the spring last year? Was it Harley or Indian that was there? Oh, there's only one truck there.
it was Harley. I think it was only Harley came for the spring.
The Indian truck was down at the Indian dealership.
Yeah. So what we try to do is, so here's a question. If anybody lately can remember that you did a demo ride in Panama City, was it escorted? Which I don't think they are. I think you're on your own there too. If it's not escorted, then it's corporate's paying for it. Corporate's bringing the truck in. And I don't think it's escorted. I think there's arrows there. Because nobody took us around the back of there. I don't think we rode with anybody. I think you went on your own and came back. So then that would prove that it's a company truck. And that's what they always told us. They could give us a bike if it was company truck, but we couldn't give it to us if it's a dealer because the dealer's paying $10,000 for it and we can't take a bike off of there that they're paying for. So we'll have to see. Because like in Myrtle Beach, the truck is on their lot. And they have their people taking you out because they're all sitting there. So that one I know they do. So our choice was there. We know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody at the Indian dealer in Myrtle Beach. So we're trying to pull favors from people to see if we can get a used bike. Don't have to be a new bike. Leesburg acts like they're going to give us a new bike to ride, which it doesn't have to be. It's just a good used bike with saddlebags. We need something to put the camera gear and stuff in. And she likes at least a backrest so she don't fly off the back.
Don't like riding with her.
She won't be. You won't see her at the rally. She'll be sitting in the hotel the whole time. And she don't like to fall off.
No.
So that's of that. So that's kind of where we're at. And some people, there was actually another YouTuber who was complaining about people that get sponsorships like we do. And I kind of bark about this each time I do this. But go to those people's websites and that it seems like they're always trying to sell you something. You know, go down there and look in their comments if they had a link. If you got a link down there, they're making anywhere from 10 to 25% off of every single thing you buy. We don't do that. We don't have any links down here that we're making any money on. Now, sometimes I do that, like if we're talking about Verizon phone or Visible, which right now I'm okay with the phone, but the hotspot don't work with a damn anymore. It's throttled down, and so I don't.
Not what it used to be.
If you're looking for a cheap phone, it works just fine. But other than that, it's $35. You can't beat a phone, total taxes, everything's $35 a month, so I can't complain. But it does what it does, but it's not something I would really recommend unless you just want a cheap phone. We use it because we can still use it. It's unlimited when you're using the phone. So you can still do videos with it, or we can use it for a hotspot, not a hotspot, but for a live, we can use it for that. So it works out great for that. But we don't have anything that's AT&T anymore. So there you go. Right now we're using the daughter's her internet here is pretty good. So we're using her stuff. So she actually got really good. Her download's not as good as it should be.
AT&T, I guess.
Yeah, it's AT&T she's got here. So it's wired into the house. So it works pretty good. Nobody's complaining. And we got the new microphone. It seems like it's working really good now. So there you go. There's kind of an update of what's going on. Yes, we have sponsors, but our sponsorships start at $1,000 and go up to $3,500. Nobody's giving us more than that. And that's for a whole year of advertising. So it's not like we're out here getting Harley Davidson to give us $50,000 a year or $100,000 a year, or go out and do a bike ride for veterans and get paid $100,000 to do that. There's people out here doing that kind of stuff, but we don't. The whole idea of this is we love giving the information. We love meeting the people. It's to realize that I can, which is what they call this, we're influencers, to actually know we do influence people to do what we recommend. And one of them, we do what we say and we say what we do. And most people like us because we are so honest about what we do. If it sucks, we tell you, hey, we wouldn't recommend that, or we wouldn't recommend that if you want this or that. We do get a lot of people. We get a lot of people we walk by say, hey, man, why don't you come by and talk to us? And it's like, dude, you're a t-shirt place. I don't really do t-shirt places.
That was Nicholas, I guess.
What?
The one that we went in like 3 times to see him and left him a sticker at least. I think that was this.
Well, that wasn't him, but we had some guys in Sturgis one time right there on the corner. I think it was one of the leather shops or something. So why don't you come in here? We kind of watch your channel. And we did a little video with him, but I never put it out. Because it's like,
Well, it's hard because we do so much when we do so many. And it's like, oh my goodness.
Well, we've tried to get away from not being that TV commercial thing again, because we've gotten to where a lot of you watch us all the time. So now we really only do videos for people that sponsor us, unless we see something cool. Like the other day, there was something where I talked to that kid and he ended up Oh, it's floorboards and stuff that they make.
Mm.
And I think they make their own. I think they're American made. But ended up when I talked to the guy, he was getting his bike worked on. He wasn't there. It was the other guy. The guy looked up at me and he didn't say nothing. I'm like, well, screw you, dude. I'll just move on. I don't sweat out my butt. I don't care. Don't make any difference to me if I do a video for you or not. Not interested. A lot of people always think these bars and stuff pay us. We have no, other than the Cat House, which sponsors us to be there. We don't have any other bars, restaurants, or anything that do anything for us. Most of them don't even give us free food or anything. No discount, nothing. And
well, Iron Horse gives us some of their banners. They've
Yeah.
given us a few banners.
There's a little bit of that. And, it's the campgrounds. Kathmandu gives us a place to stay. The Buffalo Chip's giving us a place to stay. So, yes, we've gotten some stuff like that. Twisted Tea's a sponsor. We are the official YouTube channel for Twisted Tea. And nobody else can say that. Because we are
Twisted Tea. Keep it twisted.
We got a bunch of stuff for Billy. I put one up the other day, but I did that. We got to put on there.
Oh, we got to do it for Oktoberfest. He did one for that, didn't he?
Yeah. And so, yeah, I should have maybe I'll stick it on the video for tomorrow. See where I got to put it at, where I got it at. And so it's pretty exciting. But so that's kind of cool. So that's why we have sponsors to do the East Coast stuff. Sturgis, we don't really have anybody in Sturgis itself that actually sponsors us other than the campgrounds that we do. Full Throttle paid nothing for us this year. They gave us nothing for free. Some food. But that was the
passes.
No, well,
so you got to go see the concerts.
But I mean that
we could have got to go see the concerts. We only went to Hank Jr.
And they didn't give it to us when they should have. We're going to keep all passes, and we think they'll probably be just as good for next year.
No data.
They probably don't do anything different to them. So yeah, then they'll work a little better. But so yeah, a lot of people said, well, see, I thought you guys would want to know a lot more about the Full Throttle because no other YouTuber has ever been able to get inside of the workings of the Full Throttle Saloon. And I thought that would be like my
hot ticket.
Yeah, I thought it'd be like, but see, I guess that's the problem. Is Michael Ballard's, if you go to the Full Throttle Saloon, they don't have 1 million subscribers on their channel. Where the Gas Monkey Garage had 1 million subscribers. That's why we did so good 2 years ago, because we were filming them fixing that all up. And we were putting stuff out faster than his channel. So I think his people were watching us. That's why we did triple the money 2 years ago than I did this year. I thought we were going to be, I was so excited this year. It's like, wow, we're really going to make this big money again, and didn't do it. It was really, I have to go back and look. It might be Myrtle Beach might have done better. It's really sad. But we did different things. We did like 2 or 3 rides during the rally, which I normally never do during the rally. Take people out on rides.
Somebody else said we should do. Some of our subscribers that were out there, they said, that's what you should do. You should just do the rides and have everybody pay $10 or $20 to go on a ride, and we take them on rides.
Money. We make way more money. So that,
we should have did it, and we thought about this. At the end of it, do a collection for the Bike Builds bikes.
Yeah.
And not have it go to us, but have it go to get more money for bikes.
So we get this one way. I have nothing else. Nobody's offered us a bike yet. So I'm going to talk to Midwest Cycles and see if he wants to do something. He might, but I want to ask him for borrowing a bike first before I ask to do that. Because we need a bike for Panama City. Hey, what are you doing?
Somebody wants in. Come here. Come here.
Push the door. He says the door doesn't want to open.
Come here.
Come on.
Come here. Over here.
You can see there a giant dog.
There. Tucker.
He's the other side. Come here.
Here. Over here.
Over here.
Tucker.
Come. Up here.
Up here. Hup,
hup,
hup.
Hup, hup, hup.
Here. There he is. There's Tucker.
Whoa. Whoa.
What you doing, big doggy? Huh? He says, what are you doing in here? He says, it's almost ice cream time.
Maybe we was eating.
You want a pup cup? Where's your pup cup?
He likes to eat. Stuff that not supposed to eat. He eats socks and underwear and shoes and
Neosporin and Kleenexes. He'll take every Kleenex out of the box, and he'll just, because he doesn't know, he's bored all day. It's like, anyway.
What is what it is?
Our grand dog.
Yeah.
He's a golden doodle.
So what do we got on here? We got 30, back up to 30. How long have we been on?
Over an hour.
Over an hour. What's it say here?
Hour and 24 minutes. It's almost an hour and a half.
me hit my thumbs up. We got 35 thumbs up.
There you go.
So
So
we'll
we
see
have
how
to
it
go
goes.
get
Maybe.
ice cream after this.
Yeah. Well, maybe. When do we start?
5.
I don't know. It's already 6:30.
That's an hour and a half.
Oh,
7 o'clock
there
would
it
be
is.
2 hours.
All right. Maybe we'll end it at an hour and a half. So if you got any questions, you got about 6 minutes to ask. And we're going to wrap her up. But yeah, everything's going good. No complaints. Other than family structures about blew up. So we're going to talk about that later. That might be a video that we'll do when we get back, because we're going to stay a couple days in Vegas. And then
somebody's birthday.
And then come back and pick up the family truckster and then take it home. And I'll be working on that. There'll be some stuff for the car channel. Figure out what's wrong with it. I got to take the shrimp. I'm not going to tell you because it's a surprise. But it's broke down, won't run. So I want to fix it myself. She goes, why don't you just take it to a garage? I said, because one, I can't be there to see if they say, well, you need to have this, this, and this done. I'm like, no.
The engine's blown up. You need a whole new darn engine.
I'm like, I don't think so. So we'll see. But so I might have some stuff on the video audio channel. And like I say, I'm thinking about car channel. Because right now these play on there. Because some people say they don't always see all the comments, and it's possible that I do get people on the car channel that is watching this. And so you will see the comments on here, but you may not see those comments.
Is that there's a couple. So we Big Ben, right? Well, we'll make it happen, I promise. To see you sometime soon. Tom says, hey, Bob and Tam, less than 300 days till Sturgis.
Yep. Well, you don't have your calendar about it no more?
No, I don't. Rubber down, faith up. Y'all keep riding. That's from XAM Biker. Hey, Bob and Tam, less than 300 days till Sturgis. Yep, I see it now.
And I don't know if he wrote me the other email or not. I wrote him back. Let me look at my emails.
So are you the Tom that lives in Phoenix? I know there's a Tom that writes me that lives in Phoenix. I know maybe that's Tim. I don't know. I get to Tim.
Get my messenger. I know it was email. He wrote me. Let's see if he wrote me back. I don't know.
I have to put all my things up because we're getting close to the end of the rally. So I guess we can say there's only a few more days till Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. Whoops.
Did I go there? Email that.
Countdown. 10 days to Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. 25 days till Biketoberfest. How about that? That's the only 2 I got left for this year. Then I have to put on next year's. So I guess I could do that too. Get all that figured out.
Yeah. So things are all set up for next year. Like I say, Daytona for sure. I think we're gonna have that set up because we've already most of our vendors act like they're gonna come back for next year. So that kind of gets us our money going to it. The problem we've got is motorcycles. Also, always places to stay. If somebody's getting an Airbnb and want to rent us a room, that would be really great. I'm not a big Airbnb or whatever.
Airbnb.
Not a big one. I've never done a lot of that, so I'm not real comfortable with those yet.
We did that Homes Away, and you thought it was the greatest thing under the world. That Airbnb is the exact same thing.
But I've heard a bad story since then, though. That's why. Because like in Daytona.
We went to St. George, and we got this huge house. It had a 2 or 3 car garage. We got to park our bikes in. We went to St. George and rode around, and Art had one half of the house, and we had the other half of the house.
I mean, it was like $300 for the house, so we figured, well,
it was $150 a person.
Yeah,
or a couple.
And thought that would be. And it was better that we had a place to put the bikes in the garage and all that kind of stuff.
It was huge. The house was probably 3,000 square feet.
Because it had like 3 bathrooms.
We had a big old huge family.
I don't think Art even took a shower in the bathroom. I don't know.
Well, he had his own bathroom in his bedroom. I think it was 2 or 3 bedrooms. And then we had our own bath in our bedroom. And then I think there was a bathroom, a full bath in the middle of the house.
Nobody used that.
And there was a kitchen, a family room, a living room. It was huge.
Yeah. Probably we were there like 3 days. We just wanted to go out there, do a little riding.
And it was called Homes Away at that time. But that must have been 2014. That was the year before, because he wanted to see if I was going to be able to ride my bike all the way to Sturgis. So we rode it all the way to Utah. That was over, I guess, Memorial Day. And then we came back, and then that's when I went to Sturgis that year. So it had to have been 2014.
There you go.
That's the truth.
Because you said so.
Yep, because I had my street glide.
All righty, so we got a video coming out tomorrow night. I haven't posted it yet, so you'll be looking for it yet, but there'll be a video out on normal time tomorrow night. So check that out. That's going to be the wrap up of Ocean City. We'll tell you a little bit at the end about what we thought. Some of it you heard a little bit tonight. You'll hear a little bit more tomorrow night on that. And that's kind of it. And that's kind of what's got coming up. I don't really have anything for the rest of the week. I started my motorcycle helmet one, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that done in a couple of days. Because like I said, we're going to pick the car up on Wednesday. Thursday, we already head out. So you might just see some shorts between now and then that we'll be doing, because I need to start practicing on those and see how I can edit those. Take them from my phone, put them in here, edit it, and then send it up and put it back in my phone so I can send it to all the other social media. Because I guess I'm on X, we're on TikTok, or whatever it's called now. And then I've also got them on Facebook. Instagram's the other one I've been putting them on. You can look for Bob and Tams on there and see those.
Instagram is Bob and the letter N and then Tams.
Yeah. So I think I got it in the comments below, not on this video, but on a normal video, you can look down there. I think it shows all the social media. I need to kind of rewrite all that again to try to get that kind of adjusted up. There's some other things I need to do. Is they put chapters on our stuff automatically, but I found out how to go through and do a time on them. So the long videos, I really need to do that, but at a rally, I can't, because that's a whole lot of time. I got to sit there. And
I know somebody, I guess they did it. Somebody we used to watch years ago, and it would come up and it would say, like chapter 22, like they've done it for like 22 months. I don't know if they did it by months, episode 16 or something. It was just weird. And I'm like, wow. But yeah, if we did that, that would be nuts. I don't know how.
Well, we did it. When I did it originally, when I started the videos, I would say it's episode 1 of Daytona.
Say day 1, day 2.
But I don't do it. But I did before I had episode, when we started getting there like 3 weeks early, because I can't do day 1 because that's not officially day 1 of the rally. It's day 1 we've been there. So it gets kind of confusing when if you want to go back and watch a playlist, and I really need to do all my playlist over, because I need to kind of put them in some kind of order, because I didn't realize that the playlist, like for Sturgis, all the new videos were at the bottom. So you got to thumb through 300 videos to find them. So I needed.
You couldn't do it by year.
So I really need to go through those and really just put, I don't know what I'm going to do. Some of those videos I need to re-edit and put it back up, because some of them are really crappy. We don't sound real good. It was what it was, and it is what it is. And so I need to go back through some of those. We've learned some stuff over all these years. Some people are saying our videos are better this last year than they've been before. So I don't know what that means. So if you like something, let us know what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Tell us what you want to see, what you don't want to see. Always.
There's Janice.
Done.
Bob, if you were on there. Hey, Bob, you
made it right at the end.
We're leaving.
Yeah, we're about done to wrap her up.
Yeah, you have a good night, and thank you, Bob and Tam. Let me know what's going on. Okay, Daniel, we'll do that. So thanks for hanging out with us all tonight. We love all of you, and spread love, not hate. We got to change the world somehow or another, and it all starts with you. And all you got to do is love. You're supposed to love your neighbor, love people that hate you, love your enemies. If you spread love, then how can they hate us? They still can hate us, but
our turning point started. We're all for that too. That the world should change and things should get better. People should get along with each other. You can disagree with maybe what they're doing.
You're supposed to hate the sin, love the person.
There you go. And
so thanks for hanging out with us. We love all you guys, and we hope we get to meet each and every one of you at some point in time throughout all this craziness in this world. And don't forget to support our sponsors. They're the ones that get us all to these places where we can give you some good information. Don't forget to tell them Bob and Tam sent you. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications. And we'll see you on the next video.
And we are looking for a couple sponsors. We're looking for somebody in stereos. We've had several people that we've done stuff with and have never decided to do anything with us. So we've kind of stepped back from stereos. I talk a little bit about Rockford. We're going to try to reach out to Rockford again and try to get something with them.
Maybe if we get that letter from Oktoberfest, that would be a good one to send to them.
And we've had a couple other ones. We don't really have any insurance companies or lawyers that we highly recommend or don't recommend. So that might be something that we've talked to a couple of them off and on. We just talked to somebody at Russ Brown. We just talked to their person. They act like, oh yeah, we want to do stuff with you. We'll pay you to do it. And what they wanted to do is to be able to take some of our video clips and put it on their pages. And I'm like, well, it
would help support us, and then we get more people.
Just talking about the motorcycle culture. So I guess they put stuff on wherever they put it at. They put it someplace, and I guess they run their advertising on that page. So that gets people to click to it. So I don't know. She's called them a bunch of times, wrote the girl, never wrote us back.
Emailed, called,
And
texted.
so it's like, whatever, I don't know. And then we had another one down there in
I
Eureka
could call
Springs that was kind of,
somebody, Jingle or Chain, probably.
and was very interested in us and doing some stuff. And then they kind of canceled out right before Sturgis decided they didn't want to do nothing. So we are looking for a few things like that. If you have a good vendor that you talk to all the time and they have good products, we'd be interested in talking to them, because we do not recommend anybody that I would not let work on my bike. There is a lot of people out here that there's a lot of these vendors that I don't recommend, even if they wanted to pay me, because I don't recommend their product. I don't think the product that they have is the best that's on the market. So there you go.
That's right.
So that
Have
is right here
a
in Kansas.
great week. God bless all of you.
And we'll be heading out Thursday morning to Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. We'll be heading to Eureka Springs on Friday. We will be in Rogers, Arkansas.
All right.
Trail Harley.